Sunday School. I am so excited to have you back with us this week. Today, we are going to be looking at a special story in the Bible that Jesus told. Are you ready to read it? But first, let's take a look at our altar. For those of you who may not remember, an altar is a special place in your home, special just where you can go to talk to God. You can put all sorts of things on your altar. You can put pictures of different saints. You can put pictures of Mary or Jesus. You can also put pictures of people in your life that you love and you want to think about and pray for. Another fun thing to put on your altar is something that makes you think about following God. Maybe there's an object that helps you think of a Bible verse that you love. Or maybe you have a flower or an acorn or rock that you found outside that makes you think about God's creation. Whatever it is, whatever you want, you can put on your altar. I also put on my altar a candle that we can light together. And when we light that candle, we know that it's time for us to focus on God. Come on, let's take a look at my altar. This is my altar. On it, I have pictures of my friends, my niece, and a picture of Mary. I also have a candle so that I can light my candle to show that our class is beginning and it's time to think about Jesus and God and God's love. Today's reading is from Matthew 25, 1 to 13. If you have a Bible at home and you know how to read, you can go ahead and look up this verse on your own or have an adult help you. If you don't know how to read yet, you can listen along with me. Come on, let's read together. Then the kingdom of heaven will be like this. 10 bridesmaids took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. When the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them, but the wise took flasks of oil with their lamps. As the bridegroom was delayed, all of them became drowsy and slept. But at midnight, there was a shout, "Look, here he is, the bridegroom! Come out to meet him." Then all the bridesmaids got up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." But the wise replied, "No, they will not be enough for you and for us. You had better go to the dealers and buy some for yourselves." And while they went to buy it, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went with him into the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later, the other bridesmaids came also, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." But he replied, "Truly I tell you, I do not know you. Keep awake, therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour." In this verse, Jesus is telling a story about some people who are not ready for the bridegroom or the person who's coming to take them to a really important party. They don't have enough oil in their lamps to follow him to the party. So some people have to go get oil and run around and get ready, and other people are ready and waiting to go and go off to the party. This story in the Bible is right before Jesus goes into how important it is to love other people when following God. Jesus talks about helping the poor, talks about feeding people who don't have food, and giving warmth to people who are cold. In this story, Jesus is comparing loving others and taking care of other people to oil in our lamps. Some people make it a really important part of their lives to follow God and love other people. And there's other people who don't. These people say they don't care, and they can maybe help people and love people another day, but they're not going to think about it right now. In this story, the bridegroom, the person taking them to the party, is God. When he showed up to take all the people to the party, the ones who had been loving others, who had enough oil in their lamp, were ready to go. But the other people who said, "We'll take care of that tomorrow," they weren't ready. So they couldn't go to the party. What does it mean to follow God? Following God means loving other people. And sometimes that's not easy, and sometimes we make mistakes. But that's okay, because God loves us too. Following God means looking for ways to help other people. It means being nice to your friends and sharing with them. It also means standing up against people who aren't fair and calling out when people are being unfair to other people or to you. Last week, we talked about saints and how saints are people who lived lives that were following God. We thought about what saints we knew, people in our life that followed God, or people from the past that followed God. Who is someone that you know that follows God? Maybe it's your mom or your dad, an aunt or uncle, your grandma or grandpa. Maybe it's another important adult in your life that takes really good care of you. What is something they do that shows God's love? Maybe they volunteer somewhere, or maybe they have a friend that they help out a lot. This week, take a moment to think of a way that you can join them in helping people and loving others just like God. Maybe you can volunteer with them, or maybe you can help in some way. This week, think about ways that you can be like this person that you think of as a great person who does a wonderful job at following God and loving others. How can you learn from them about what it means to love God and love other people? All right, now it is time to close up our lesson. And we do that by blowing out our candle. Come on, blow yours out with me. For those of you who I will see in church on Sunday, I'll see you in a few days. And for those who I won't, I'll see you here next week for Sunday school. Goodbye.